Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with the Witty Comic Book Roundup. We're about halfway through the roundup, so let's keep chugging along. First up, we've got Ant-Man number 4. Oof. Where we left off in Ant-Man number 3, Scott Lang, the second and current Ant-Man, had been transported to the 26th century by the Ant-Man of the future to help him deal with All-Father Ultron. Yeah, you heard that right. So, this issue we're going to learn about the Ant-Man of the future, who has been meeting with the Ant-Mans of the past and present. We also get some All-Father Ultron. Ultron arrives in the past, loaded with Asgardian magic, and uses this to take the power of the All-Father. That occurred in Thor number 474. All-Father Ultron conquers Asgard entirely, imprisoning the surviving Asgardians inside a magical mirror. With his power assured, Ultron sends his legions forth to conquer the Earth and transform it into his machine paradise. Most organic life is destroyed, and all surviving humans are enslaved by a biocircuitry subordinating them to Ultron's will. This happened in Avenging Ultron, the All-Father Imperative 1 through 5. Only a single Doombot survives the final purge of the Solar System's heroes. This occurred in Immortal Doom, The End, Omega. The rogue Doombot brings 6 Avengers from various time periods to battle the All-Father. This occurred in Avengers, Ultron Forever. Working together, Thors from 3 different eras use 2 time-displaced Mjolnirs to open a rift in time that swallows All-Father Ultron, leaving him marooned between seconds until he can find his way back into the normal time flow. This occurred in New Avengers, Ultron Forever. The rogue Doombot attempts to become the ruler of Earth in Ultron's place, but the time-displaced Vision convinces him to flee the planet and begin a new life as a hero. With the freeing of the brainwashed human population, the calendar resets to 0 AU after Ultron. This occurred in Uncanny Avengers, Ultron Forever. While 90% of humanity leaves for new lives in outer space, the remaining 10% vow to repair the damage Ultron caused, restore the biosphere, and bring Earth back to life. This occurred in All New Champions number 1. Zane Asgar is born to eco-scientists in a reclamation settlement in Earth Sector 4. Not suited for nanorobotics and a deep interest in pre-Ultronic history, he develops an obsession with somehow redeeming the inventor of Ultron, Henry Pym. This was in the All-Human Ant-Man Origins number 1. Zane Asgar, right? Yes, Asgar is the Ant-Man of the future. He's created nano-ants. He tried to clone actual ants, but they lacked the generational instinct. But part of what he's been doing in his journeys to the past is scanning how the other Ant-Mans control their ants in hopes of maybe doing it better himself. But then All-Father Ultron shows up, having managed to get his way out from between seconds. Asgard hits a button for fast travel temporal destination A, summoning forth Hank Pym. Hank uses a size restoration pill to turn Asgard's nano ants into human-sized ants, which gives Ultron a bit of a head, which does provide at least some problems for Ultron before Zane hits temporal destination C, bringing forth Scott Lang. The Hank Pym that's here, however, is before Hank built Ultron. Um, but and in fact, this Father Ultron nearly kills Hank, not worrying about the temporal not this kind of basically not caring about the temporal consequences. Um, but Scott goes after attacks All Father Ultron, who takes on the Pymtron form, saying claiming to be Hank Pym. But Scott points out if the real Hank Pym has the power of the Allfather, he wouldn't rest until he'd used it to free himself of Ultron. But Ultron manages to regain control and attacks Scott and Zane, but Hank hits the time scoop temporal destination button for Destination B. Bringing forth Eric O'Grady, who is more than happy to switch to be Ultron's lackey if it means he doesn't die. But turns out Scott Lang brought something with him. The Time Master's time ray. And so the Nano-Ants fix it. And before Ant-Man worked together and using the time ray, they zap Ultron out, seems at least out of existence, or at least out of the time stream. It apparently is completely disintegrated, though. And the Ant-Man take a moment to celebrate, and that is where the series ends. Also, it's been announced that next year there will be a Wasp miniseries. I'm thinking, however, this will, from the looks of, two covers have been shown. One clearly focusing on Janet Van Dyne, the other one focusing on Nadia, the all new Wasp. I don't know if there's going to be a Wasp in the future, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, moving on to our next book, we've got Captain America: Symbol of Truth, number 5. Where we left off, Sam Wilson had, without the permission of the Wakandan government, gone to Wakanda to stop Crossbones from committing an act of terror, in Wakanda. However, he didn't entirely prevent it, but he did stop it from getting worse. But Black Panther showed up, not happy that Sam had kind of just had taken Shuri's saying, "Don't no, you can't come here to deal with this," as a suggestion as opposed to the word. But T'Challa and Sam duke it out. And Sam gets an assist from the local avian population. Sam and T'Challa both fall off a waterfall, and but the Falcon shows up to save Sam. Sam says his piece to the Prime Minister, who's not happy. It doesn't get glossed over. It doesn't become a, well, yes, we told you not to come and get involved. You did but you did, but you said today it becomes we told you not to get we told you not to get involved, and that this was a situation we would handle, and and because of this, um, Wakanda opts to not only halt immigration from the U.S., but also deport all recent immigrants from the U.S. Later, Sam and Mister discussing the whole thing, and it's kind of a it does very much feel like you know it was a win, but at the same time a loss. But she has moves on the train, and while Falcon is in Arizona with his cousin, delivering her to their grandmother. But turns out that it's quite likely that a lot of Louisa, Falcon's cousin's problems may have been triggered from a piece of vibranium that was stuck in her shoe. But T'Challa comes to visit Sam, basically saying, hey, look, I know your heart was in the right place and you did good, but that was something we were taking care of on our own. And T'Challa makes it clear that him and Sam are not friends. They're teammates, and T'Challa has the utmost respect for Sam, but they ain't friends. Meanwhile, the White Wolf is not too happy about the fact that first part of his plan seems to have failed, but he's about to take a meeting with the Prime Minister of Mahanda. As the issue ends. A good issue. I have to admit, I just kind of do appreciate the concept of it is kind of nice to see. It makes for kind of it adds especially depth to the story, but the concept of superheroes activities don't always lead to aren't always forgiven when they result in a victory. But anyway, moving on to our next book, we've got Mighty Thor number 5, or Jane Foster's Mighty Thor number 5. Where we left off, Jane and Thor were in the dream world of Nightmare's daughter, while Ares had arrived at war-torn Asgard at the behest of the Asgardian god of war, Tyr, and the soldiers. So Runa's dealing with Algrim, but still wanting to go after the Disir on her own. Jane is trying to help, as the Dream Queen seems to say that her dolls are broken, seem to be hurt. Jane, being a medical professional, offers to try and fix them. But no. Dream Queen says that the dolls are hers. But the Dream Queen says that she's a merciful queen and she'll fix them if her dolls if they behave, and if Thor plays nice. Runa goes after takes on the Desir, and while Thor and Jane manage to escape, the Dream Queen not being happy about this, we get a brief duel between Beta Ray Bill and Ares, which is interrupted by the arrival of, well, Thor on Jane's ship. The Dream Queen's various dolls become flesh once again. But Thor and Jane arrive in Asgard with reinforcements, and the fight between and Thor picks up the fight against Ares for Beta Ray Bill. Runa manages to halt the Desir and say, "Hey, look, you know, she left Bor when she learned what Bor had done to the Desir. Only returned to the Valkyries once Odin became king, and she never stopped searching for a way to free them from the curse. And so they become allies. This here say, okay, fine, we're on Runa's side, and Runa sends them after the Dark Elf fleet. Jane stops the fight between Thor and Ares with a Promethean arrow. And it seems as though Ares is knocked in the middle into limbo, where Sim sees him. Jane convinces Thor to be a merciful king. Amora is still searching for something she has yet to find. There's much celebrating. The wounded are tended to by Jane, and Thor and Jane have a tender moment outside, and that is where the series ends. Now, my only issue with this series is the fact that what's it Chance looking for? They haven't stated what it is, and she's still looking for it. So, yeah. Moving on to our next book, we've got Hulk number 9, beginning the Hulk Planet arc. Where we left off, Thor went after Hulk because of what happened in El Paso. Turns out that it was a new Hulk form known as Titan that took over Hulk's body and wiped out a bar. During all this, Thor gammed out as the fallout of which was dealt with in previous week's Thor, and we got Hulk, God of Thunder. So, but Banner said it. You know, it was said for the best that Banner continue his journey in space, while Thor simply says that yeah, Hulk's dead. Hulk's been destroyed in space. So Banner is going through his basically a therapy program that he put in there, based around Doc Samson, and Samson asked him to Name one good thing from his childhood. And so Bruce tells the simulation of Doc Samson about his childhood friend, Logan. Logan James Gidley. Bruce called him LJ. He loved science and comic books, and he was funny. And Banner says that Logan saved his life. He was always welcome at Logan's house. His parents were kind, and they never talked about his bruises. But Bruce's dad would always show up. So when Bruce's dad shows up in this memory, he briefly takes on the form of Titan. But the simulation of Samson asks what happened to Logan, and Banner simply says he doesn't know. He grew up, became a monster, and kind of lost touch. So it's a happy memory. Logan's the only person he never hurt. But apparently, Banner has further splintered his psyche into an entire crew of Banners to basically run Starship Hulk at full capacity. But they found a planet. It appears to be almost a marble. The topography is almost completely smooth. There are buildings, pretty few and far between. One appears to be a casino, and appears there was a lot of gamma radiation. There's some gamma radiation on the planet, so suggestion becomes, why not take a look? So they arrive and close to the casino, and Hulk looks around, but something's incoming. Can't see what. Banner starts to activate weapon systems when he gets to look at the casino, which appears to have a giant statue of him. And the life forms attack him, but they're quickly, while Hulk pulverizes a few of them, they're stopped by the arrival of Monolith, who welcomes Hulk home. Monolith being the woman that we see on the cover here. That is Monolith. Interesting start to the story. Have to see where it goes. I got faith in Donny Cates, though. If I didn't have faith in him, I probably wouldn't be regularly reading Hulk right now, would I? Moving on to our last book for the moment, we've got Savage Avengers number 6. Where we left off, Conan having stayed behind in his own time, the rest of the Savage Avengers were thrust forward in time. The target time point was now, but they overshot and ended up in the year 2099, facing down against none other than Jake Gallows, the Punisher of 2099. In the present, a Deathlock arm has been found in just the arm in an archaeological dig. In the future, Punisher and his gadgets are going after the Avengers, mainly because they have a Deathlock with them. But they do manage to escape, while the shadowy figure notes who these new arrivals are: Whitman, Daredevil, a Hulk, time travelers. In the sewers, where the Avengers managed to escape to, Lyla shows up. Well, a version of Lyla, personal holographic concierge service, and informed Weapon H that the year is 2099. And then tells them about Jake Gallo, goes into Jake Gallo's history. Um, Fairly similar to the initial origin, though with some changes have been made. But Jake's smart, and he's looking for radiation spikes, especially in the gamma field. But the Avengers, lightly disguised, go to the remains of Avengers Mansion, with Black Knight explaining that when he led the Avengers, Tony Stark had a fortified vault beneath the grounds. You know, maybe there's a Negaband or a wand of Watum behind. Anything that could jumpstart him home, you know? But Punisher shows up. Actually, no, it's not Punisher. Deathlocks show up. And Punisher shows up as well, noting that the Deathlocks are attacking this group. So maybe Jake was wrong about them. They team up. Black Knight's able to open the bunker. Got the Spider-Mobile. Looks like Thunderball's ball and chain. And for some reason, Archangel's wings. So Daredevil takes Archangel's wings. Whitman sees the ebony blade on the wall, but goes for a different weapon instead. Cloak goes for a set of Doc Ock arms. Venom is using Spider-Mobile, while Dagger's got the Power Prism. Oh, and Weapon H has looks like Thunderball's ball and chain. And also, Black Knight also gets himself a new atomic steed, and yeah, makes does the battle cry. And it's revealed that Ultron Prime in 2099 is none other than Deathlock Prime in 2099 is none other than Ultron. Lots of Ultron popping up this week, but that is where the issue ends. I'm digging this. I'm digging this. I think Conan being gone actually kind of improves things a little. I liked the first one, but even I will admit that after a while it did feel much like the first series was spinning its wheels, and just, you know, okay, just to, you know, further build stuff up. But anyway, that will do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal account in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.